Lachlan Markay is crunching some of these issues right now. And Lachlan, I guess it is fair to say right now that they're not really laying a glove on Hillary Clinton, despite passions to the opposite on the right. And I wonder about whether they should be paying more attention to the economy and what's happening, because if Wall Street is reflecting an improvement, it could be a far bigger worry for them.
Well, I think most Americans, if they're watching this hearing today, most Americans are not watching this hearing today, but for those that are, if they're not following these issues to a T, their eyes are kind of glazing over. It's really hard to sort of follow this chain of events. So I think that's probably, I don't think it's going to be a winning issue to really harp on what went on September 11th, 2012 in Benghazi for Republicans at this stage in the political process. I do think that as this FBI investigation unfolds, whether or not that was the intention of Republican investigators to begin with, this FBI investigation is happening. Right. That could potentially produce some very potent political issues. But of course, candidates should still be talking about the economy. I don't think it's either or. But for now, I don't see much in the way of bombshell political attack ads coming out of this hearing.
I always wondered, too, and for those who are just tuning in here, I'm with Lachlan Markay at the Washington Free Beacon, that maybe they've sort of calibrated the likelihood of the FBI, going after her, Hillary Clinton, over this whole thing, whether the emails with Benghazi or both. It's going down, way down, and that she'll dodge any problems here. What do you think?
Yeah, there's really the only thing Republican candidates can do right now is really sit back and wait to see what happens. And I think that probably puts them in a better position to say, look, this was not a political issue for me. I wasn't just on this bandwagon right from the outset. I waited to see what the facts showed us, and now they're showing us that Clinton did this or that wrong, or maybe, maybe she's exonerated, and then they come out looking like they sort of were more, moderate in their approach to the issue. So, it's something that's going to be used in a general election far more than a primary, obviously, in any case. So, I don't really see the harm in sort of holding off on that for now if you're a Republican candidate, and like you said, focusing on the economy. I think that's a much bigger issue for
another
voters
argument, Lachlan, I know with the base, it's certainly the Democratic base, it's not going to hurt Hillary Clinton because they think it is all politicized. In other words, Republicans always think that, we'll go after, and also there's this argument that the right feels strongly about continuing to push this Benghazi stuff, as many argue passionately that they should. The left, not so much. But it's within independents. In a general election scenario, independents, surprisingly, are very focused on this. 40% of them, depending on the poll, say it is partly or fully justified. So, but that's almost a year from now. It is a year from now. Would it be an issue a year from now? What's your thinking?
I mean, it depends on, what is turned up between now and then.
In other words, whether the FBI does something.
Right, and if there are any major revelations that come out of the Congressional Committee's investigation, I think most voters want to make sure that we have active oversight and accountability for our public officials, especially ones as high-ranking as Hillary Clinton was. They're horrified by what happened in Benghazi, and they want to make sure that every angle is explored there, and that if there was wrongdoing, that people are held accountable for that. So I think as long as that's the focus of the committee, you'll see not Democrats, but obviously Republicans and a lot of more middle-of-the-road voters are going to continue supporting it.
Yeah, we'll see. Way too early to tell, but very interesting read. Lachlan, I appreciate it. Thank you very much.
You bet.